Today we are reviewing a grip bag. This is the A14 model that is a tour bag, I believe they call it. They also have a smaller version I believe is called Agile bag. For me, I'm a pretty hefty dude myself, so I went with the tour bag. The bigger the better for me, but I can understand why an Agile bag would come in handy because you may want to not carry so much with you. But me, I like to carry as much as I can like a hoarder on the disc golf field, so let's see what we got going on today. First, before I get into this bag, I'd like to go over that I've been disc golfing for a few years, and when I started disc golfing, I actually went out and I tried to find more information about it, and I just wanted a good starter pack. So I did some research online, and I believe Amazon had like one of those deals where you buy all this together, they cut you a deal thing, and I was new to the sport, so I just kind of got whatever so I could get the ball rolling. So I actually started with one of these bags. These bags are great if you just want to try out the sport and you want to get more involved and not just bring a regular bag with you. They're good starter bags, but if you really get into the sport and you're enthusiastic or you really want to pursue it and be very serious about it, you're going to see really quickly how these bags are very limiting. I mean, my frustration when I had this bag, even at the first time I got it, was that it's just too small for a long haul. If you go an 18-hole disc golf course, I mean, you're going to carry a good chunk of discs in there, maybe around 10, I'd say, comfortably in your bag. You get a little bit of room here to kind of keep, scorecards and whatnots. Personally, me, I'd always bring different things like Kleenex and odds and ends, just in case. And then you got somewhere to hang your towel, and then just one spot for questionable what kind of size liquid you can bring, because it's pretty limited on the size. I mean, you'll be fine with your average, typical, this is your 16-ounce Ice Mountain. That's fine, that's going to zip in, and probably your typical water bottles will work with this. But when you get in these situations, yeah, that ain't happening, and obviously that ain't happening. So we're going to see what our options are. So quickly, I started having problems because I started going to bigger courses and I was getting better and more comfortable with the sport. And this bag, I mean, you go on courses like that are 18 holes and they're all in the woods and there's not exactly many options for anything to go get something, another drink or to get something. You got to take a big break and like walk all the way back to your closest concession. Your bag is really your only solution, and here you're super limited. I think the best you're doing with this is you're going to have your discs, a few odds and ends, and one drink, and maybe some power bar or something on the bag. So once I got frustrated of a full year of this bag, I then decided, you know what, let's do some homework. And when I did some homework, I found there's a whole bunch of great bag options out there. There's a variety of them. Every bag has got their own pros and cons, but in my opinion, overall, in pretty much every situation, if you want to really enhance the sport and the comfort and your enjoyment of the sport, there's nothing better than getting one of these bags right here. Definitely, if you're going to get a bag, take it from me. If you're going to be serious, get a backpack version. I don't care what brand you get, but I would strongly suggest at least a backpack version. So since we're retiring this one, this is now officially my loaner bag. That's why there's discs in here, discs that I don't use or didn't work out well for me that I tried out. I kind of put together, so if I got a friend that's interested in the sport, I just say, you get the loaner. So, away from the loaner, onto the main show here, guys. My bag is just awesome. I love this bag. It's, I believe, still the latest version you can get from Grip. I got mine last year, late in the season, because I had to save up for this sucker. Unfortunately, this bag's not cheap. I want to say it cost me around $300 for this bag, and it was money well spent. Just because I can tell why they charge you so much, because right here you can just see so many different things about this bag that just scream quality and comfort. I mean, right here is awesome padding that hasn't worn in, and I've used this bag on at least 20 or 30 courses since the season, and they weren't short ones, and I've worn it. I haven't really cleaned it up much, and it still looks just as new as the day I got it. You also have very thick straps that are extra comfort in there. I mean, it's just awesome, the feel of this bag. If you don't pack it heavy like me and you just want a backpack, this thing's going to feel light as a feather, and it's like you got a pillow on your back. That's how it's going to feel. It's that great. While I'm going over this, you can see all these great compartments. Let's start with the top and go work our way down. On top, this is my go-to disc. Discs that you're going to normally use no matter what situation you're in when you're playing the sport, I put up on top. You can fit probably about 3. I comfortably only like 2, so what I leave is my putter. I use a KC Pro AVR, and I use a KC Pro Rock for my mid. So my putter and my mid, these are my go-tos all the time I'm using the sport. So I keep them comfortably up here. Another cool thing that I love about these bags is you can easily pick up, play your game, and then when you get it out and you're wearing your bag, you can easily put behind your head and it'll tuck in like this behind you. So you don't even have to like put your bag down, fill it, and put it away. If you just get used to it, you can just easily dip it right behind your shoulders and it'll go right in there. And it's just another advantage to where if you had a bag like this, you'd be setting it down on the ground a lot, you'd be opening it, you'd be putting a disc back, you'd be grabbing. I mean, you can use this slot here on the outside for your go-to, which is okay too, but even that is not going to fit comfortably much more than 1 disc on these. So once again, that's why we're going to this bad boy. Now working our way down, we also have another compartment. What I call this one is, this is my, I don't know how to put it, your valuables. You got 2 dividers in here. It's really comfortable. It's got great, I got change in here for pop machines and whatnot I just threw in here. But this is great for putting in your cell phone, putting in your wallet, putting in your keys, putting in anything that you do not want to lose. Like, I just, you know, set up the habit of anything important that I need on me, that I want on my pockets, jumbling me while I'm trying to play. It all goes in here, zip it up. You ain't got to worry about it no more. And you can't feel it. It's so far away from the back. It's not going to be like, oh, you know, hitting you in the back while you're still wearing this backpack. It's great. Now you also have on the outside another slot. You can put a disc. You can put whatever you want in the slot. Personally, me, what I've put in here is like just a marker disc. Actually, what everybody should carry, the competition manual and official rules of disc golf. It's good to have when you're having arguments with your friends. I just pull out that book and hey, you can't argue with that. And then if it's actually cold enough in the season, I do have a pair of gloves that I wear, which is good to have regardless, no matter which situation you're in. So you can either put even more discs here, or you can put some odds and ends like I did. It works out great. So let's start getting to the real meat and potatoes of this sucker. You open up here and you flip, and there you go. You can comfortably fit a lot of discs in this. These are more discs than I'll ever use probably on the course. I actually have this many in here just because they're like backups, like for situations that if I'm on a new course or if I'm on a water hazard that I'm not feeling comfortable, that I'm confident in not avoiding the water hazard. I have a lot of discs in here that are like backups that I don't feel so bad if that one hits the drink and I never see it again. So that's why I got more than normal in here. I got a backup of a few of my favorite drivers and all types of discs just to lend out to friends just in case I'm playing with somebody and I don't even have my loaner bag available. I got you covered if you come disc golfing with me. So you have all this room here. I have a variety of different types, so it's really going to depend on how many discs you fit in here and it's what types of discs you have in here. I have a good variety of putters, mids, and drivers, and they all have different widths, so I can't give you a definite number, but as of right now I can say I got 15 comfortably fitting in here now with wiggle room, as you can see. I could say I could easily probably squeeze 2 or 3 more in here depending on what disc. So you're saying at a minimum of 15 I would say is safe. You can fit down here, and that's not counting your go-tos on top. So I mean overall this whole bag, if you played your cards right, you could at least squeeze 20 in a lot of situations. I would recommend, because you also have on top of all that, you can take a disc and right here you got another spot for one to slide there too. So I mean, you can even have 3 go-tos if you want. I mean, this bag just gives you like every option under the sun, and that's what really sold me on this bag. You got every option you could possibly want, no matter how you want to set up your game. So I mean, when you're looking over the bag, all those options, your discs are set, your valuables are set, your go-to discs are set here. Now let's work our ways to the sides. There's a lot to talk about here on the sides. You got one slot here on the side. I personally use this for odds and ends. Once again, plastic bags for trash, Kleenex, headache, aspirin, whatever you think you need, Tylenol. I got odds and ends there. I also do recommend, I keep a spare set of these hooks from the hardware store I purchased. They come in really handy. I put one here on the bag. You got all these awesome attachment factors for the bag. And I keep one here just because I like to sometimes take my dog with me, and you can easily like latch his leash onto it. So then if you put down your bag, I don't know about your dog, but mine, if he's hooked to the bag, he doesn't stray away. He feels a tug and then he just stays around my bag. So it's pretty handy. You can easily latch on to the leash. Or if you're just carrying somebody's car keys, or you're carrying your own car keys or anything, you'd be surprised how handy it's almost like Grip should include one of these with their bag for how awesome and useful that is right here. And it can latch on either side for your own comfort. And I did forget to mention earlier, you also can buckle this bag around you and in the front to fasten. So I mean, I don't personally use that feature, but I could understand if you're maybe like mountain climbing, disc golfing, I don't know, you want the bag to just be soundly secure to you. It gives you that feature to lock in like a seatbelt, which is pretty slick. Like I said, this bag is more options than you'll probably ever use, and that's what I want. I rather have more than less, and no matter what situation I'm in. So this side's got a good chunk of space. I'm not even fully utilizing it yet. And then we have the other side is the equal side amounts. Right here, I put in typical things you'd need. I like to keep a multi-tool with me just in case. You never know what you'll run into out there. I got my Nature Valley bar. I have binoculars. This I learned the hard way. Binoculars are very handy on courses you've never played before. And I've been in a situation where some courses have got baskets so close, I don't even know which one I'm shooting for sometimes, but these suckers, the basket's labeled, I'm in good shape with those. That's why I love those. On a side note, hey, I might as well add this to the review. I always keep this with me. This sucker has saved so many discs for me already. It is worth its weight in gold, considering how many times I've been able to get discs. That's what this attachment for on the side, which I actually slide on the side for, that has a nice snug holder for. I believe this is designed for people who want umbrellas, or sometimes people use these travel seats. That will actually slide in and lock onto the side of the bag if you want to carry that. That's why I want to show that with that. But right here, this tool is just awesome. This, as right here, comes with a bag. Yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked, but hey, might as well give you 2 reviews for 1, right? Right here, I can easily keep it with me, and depending on the length of what you need, you just extend out. This is super lightweight. It's not heavy at all, but it is extremely sturdy. So, I mean, it's very handy. It's got a nice general size for, it's I believe they say for mop heads. So this is the same type of diameter for screwing on a mop head. So it's a general standard that you could attach other things to this if you need to add more length. But right here, I just put this on. And sorry, I didn't even say name. This is a disc gator. These go for around like $27, maybe $30. Don't hold me to it. I bought this last season, I don't remember. But the best thing about this is you set it like a mouse trap. That's what's great about this design. See right here, it's set like a mouse trap. Let's pretend I lost one of these discs. Now if you're using something different out there than this, you risk it might having teeth or some type of clamp, and you might potentially damage this. But this sucker, right there, that's a tight grip. See what I mean? That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. It has an awesome tight grip, so you can even just clench it down, say in the water or a hole or somewhere you can't reach. I even use this for when there's a lot of brush and I don't want to get who knows what kind of stickers all over you or what type of poison ivy's out there. I'll just use this thing. I don't care. And it latches on and holds great every time, and it's easy to pick up. Since I bought this, I've actually rescued 3 of my discs, and right then and there, the price of those discs, I tallied it up. This already paid for itself, recovering those 3 discs. So I strongly recommend this. I don't want to get too straight away. We'll get back to the bag. I like to go off on tangents sometimes. Really, the last to say about this bag is not much other than the other big pro that I love about this bag is right here. These holders. These holders, you can put a typical water, bottle water. you can take a typical 32-ounce Gatorade. These are all over the grocery store. I'm sure people take them all the time. That snugly and fits perfectly in there. Personally, I'm a fan of these. I'd get a really big 32-ounce water and a 32-ounce Gatorade, and I'm ready to rock and roll for disc golf, definitely. Now, you do have your limitations, obviously. That's why I have these other options, because, I mean, seeing is believing. You do have these options. Now, when you get to the realm of one of these bad boys here, it is not going to be smooth sailing. I think that's where you're hitting your limit, just so you know. So if you get to one of these, which I believe is 64 ounce, and you want to take with you, you're going to be carrying this unless you want to jeopardize how much disc space you got. But you prioritize that. I just like to show an example of what fits. 32-ounce Gatorade is the best fit ever, in my opinion, for this, almost like it's designed. But even though that this is 32-ounce, it still fits these fine, and they don't go anywhere because it's so tall. It's such a tall spot, it's more than likely not going to get lost. So right then and there, being able to carry 2 large drinks with me, that really opens up my options of how long I can go out and disc golf. And I don't have to worry about running on key fluids here. But overall, I don't have much more to say about the bag other than it's got the basics of a towel latch. You can latch to almost anything. It's got high quality zippers, tags. It also has, I believe, a rain guard it comes with, which is in one of these compartments, I don't know. I used it once, actually. I didn't think I ever would use it. And that is why you have places for buttons all around the top. You would actually clip and press on the rain guard. I would show you normally, but I honestly don't know where it is in this bag because it's got so many compartments. But it's a nice added feature. I don't know too many other bags that actually come with the rain guard, and I have already used it once, and it came in really handy because it was a light rain that passed by. And what I did is I just put it over my bag and I kept playing, and the rain went away. I didn't have to like go set up everything in the car and hang out in the car until the rain passed or anything. I could just continue on my game and just leave the rain guard on. It worked out really well. And people may wonder, why do you want a rain guard in these? Trust me, you do, because think of this as like a big mattress, and if it just absorbs all this moisture, you're going to be walking with a whole lot of extra water weight, and it actually kind of sags, and it kind of ruins and makes the look of the bag pretty bad. So other than that, let me know what you guys use for disc golf bags, and let me know what you think of this bag and this review, and I'll see you guys on the course sometime. Take it easy.